Louisiana, Bowling Green, 102.1 on your dial. KJFM Radio, Eagle 102. Area High School Baseball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. Now to the diamond for high school baseball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
And good afternoon and welcome to Bowling Green High School. Mark Fronick, Matty Ingram here. It's a wet, kind of drizzly, cold, dark day, but it's baseball and it's back here on Eagle 102.
It is. It's baseball time and had a beautiful day for baseball yesterday. Now we're fighting the rain for some innings today, but hopefully getting a few in because it's always a good time for baseball.
It's the Bobcats welcoming in the Centralia Panthers. Both teams 0-1. We'll tell you about it when we start the pregame show for you next on Eagle 102.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice is seeking compassionate nurses to join our work family. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and flexible scheduling. Don't wait. Apply today at pikecountyhealth.org.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
And welcome back to Bowling Green, getting ready for baseball this afternoon as the Bobcats welcome in the Centralia Panthers. The Bobcats 0-1 on the season, open the campaign with a 20-8 loss to Hallsville, and that was just a game filled with errors, something you don't usually see out of Bowling Green.
Yeah, and they had over 15 errors, and you lose your infield from last year. You lose a lot of starters, but somebody's going to have to step up, and sometimes that is a learning curve, and those errors were definitely preventable, but they're going to have to step it up today if they're going to want to get past Centralia.
Centralia also opened with a kind of a blowout loss, 11-1 at South Callaway. South Callaway, a good team, but Centralia, historically a good baseball program.
Yeah, and one of those programs, no matter what it is, I feel like Centralia always puts out a good team. It's a great area for athletes, and so today is going to be a competitive match. We have Fish on the mound for the Bowling Green Bobcats, and he's a senior, and he's going to give it all he's got.
Yeah, probably not going to, not an overpowering pitcher, but he's got good stuff. We've seen him in some different roles in the past, but getting the start on the bump today, and we'll talk about him and a lot more when we check our keys to the game for you after this on Eagle 102.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM, sponsored by Vicky Cadwallader Real Estate in Louisiana.
Getting ready for Bowling Green and Centralia, and our keys to the game, Maddie, I think kind of boils down when you're struggling defensively, like Bowling Green did in their opening game. You got to rely on your pitcher to throw some strikes and maybe help you out, limit those infield, outfield chances.
Yeah, you're going to have to really rely on a pitcher to kind of step up. You never want to put all of the pressure on a pitcher, but as of right now, when you look at that last game, that last performance, there is that elevated pressure on the pitcher to perform, and so that's going to be big today. And obviously you have some of your varsity players that are out right now, and then obviously you also have a full infield that is completely new. So yeah. JV innings, but that doesn't equivalent to varsity all the time. So they're still on that learning curve, but today they're going to have to minimize those errors, and I think that starts at the pitcher circle. And,
be selective, but you got to put the ball in play for the Bobcats.
Yes, and so you can defend all you want, but you still have to score to win. So the offense has to be there. They put up some runs the other day, but they're going to need to do that again today.
And they say early in the season, in the pros and here at the high school level even, the pitchers are way ahead at the beginning of the season of the batters. So you got to take advantage of that.
Yeah, and so something to capitalize on, but obviously it is the same for them as well. So they're going to have to see both sides of that and know that a run is a lot in these games.
The teams have finished their warm-ups. The umpires are waiting for the lineup cards at home plate. Those are our keys to the game. We'll check our starting lineups for you after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
Hello, this is Brittany Hinkey with Community State Bank of Missouri. Now is the perfect time to start saving for retirement. Community State Bank offers competitive rates on traditional and Roth IRAs. Unlike most investments, some contributions may be tax deductible and will grow either tax deferred or tax free. Come in and see one of our IRA representatives in Troy or Bowling Green to maximize your savings opportunities today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service, but did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowie General Services.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
And your starting lineups for Bowling Green and Centralia. First for the visiting Panthers are coached by Mike Rogers, assisted by Mike Atkinson and Chad Thal. They'll start it off with the pitcher leading off, number 11, Mason Presley. Then the center fielder, number 2, Jack Romine. Second baseman bats third, number 7, Ethan Adams. Then the third baseman, number 15, Anthony Ford in the cleanup spot. Number 5 spot belongs to shortstop, number 18, Matty Robinson. Then the right fielder, number 10, Micah Danielson. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 1, Michael Marcellus. Then in the 8 spot is number 8, the first baseman, Tanner Dutton. And rounding out the order for the Panthers is the catcher, number 5, Elliot McCoy. For the Bowling Green Bobcats, they're coached by Matt Jane, assisted by Mike Jennings. They'll lead it off with the first baseman, number 11, Eli Grody. Left fielder bats second, number 3, Alex Miller. Then the shortstop, number 13, Zach Gibson. Catcher in the cleanup spot, number 44, Rowan Milosevic. Then the center fielder, number 31, Gavin Potter. Third baseman bats sixth, number 33, Lucas Jennings. Then the pitcher, number 1, Camden Fisher on the bump today. Then the second baseman, number 4, Lucas Dick. And rounding out the order for Bowling Green is the right fielder, number 23, Tanner McGaw. So again, for the Panthers, it's Presley, Romine, Adams, Ford, Robinson, Danielson, Marcellus, Dutton, and McCoy. For Bowling Green, it's Grody, Miller, Gibson, Milosevic, Potter, Jennings, Fisher, Dick, and McGaw. Those are your starters for this second game of the season for both these teams. Both teams come in with a record of 0-1 on the season.
Looking for their first win today on both sides, and it's going to be a tough match, especially battling some adversity with the weather.
But again, both teams have to deal with that. So whoever is able to overcome here today, and I think Bowling Green gets a little bump here being at home, even though not a whole lot of folks braving the weather today. So maybe at home listening to KJFM or watching our live stream on KJFMradio.com.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were a little scared of that rain. There's been some games across the area that have been moved or canceled, and so some people were just like, yeah, we'll stay home. We'll just listen to Mark and Maddie.
Exactly. It's Bowling Green and Centralia coming up. They're handling on-field introductions right now, so our first pitch just minutes away here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcats debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Tim Jenkins, Eolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Brandon Muller and Mike Jennings.
Bowling Green on the field. Centralia getting ready for their first at bat in the top of the first inning. Getting ready for the national anthem here. So we'll take one more quick break. Come back with your first pitch after this on KJFM.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
On every journey, you should enjoy peace of mind. I'm Corey Buchanan. At Pike County Mutual Insurance Company, we take pride in keeping you protected. That's why we offer discounts for good students, safe driving, and more. Trust us to look out for the road ahead. For a free insurance quote on your home, auto, farm, or ATV needs, give myself or
Shelley Clucky
a call today. Pike County Mutual Insurance Company, on the square in Bowling Green.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
See me, Tim Jenkins, at 3404 Georgia Street for a free insurance review.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Set the defense for Bowling Green across the outfield. It's Alex Miller in left, Gavin Potter in center, and Tanner McGaw in right. The third baseman is Lucas Jennings, shortstop Zach Gibson, second baseman Lucas Dick, and Eli Grody over at first. Rowan Milosevic behind the plate, and the pitcher taking his warm-ups right now is number 1, Camden Fisher. Well, maybe he'll start his warm-ups. I don't think he has a ball yet.
No, he was pointing at the umpire like, can you please bring me one?
Yeah, kind of important.
He pointed. He didn't. I don't think he said anything.
Well, he doesn't want to get yelled at. So that was a point of contention, I guess, in the Hallsville game. He was at shortstop in that one.
Yeah, he was at shortstop, and not so nice players, I guess, is what he ran into.
Oh, that's terrible. Hopefully on the bump he's far enough away that he stays safe this afternoon for this first start of the season. On the mound for Camden Fisher.
He's a soft-spoken guy. Come on.
Perfect for media.
Of course.
So it'll be Presley, Romine, and Adams for Centralia to start off this first inning. Ford, if anyone gets on, then Robinson. As the teams throw it around the infield, ahead of our first pitch here this afternoon.
It looks like Bowling Green's gotten some new jerseys on this year. Some pinstripes on there. They're red, but the numbers are also red and a very thin black outline.
Yeah, the pinstripes and the numbers are just printed on the red jerseys, and you can't see a number.
No, so we'll try to get the numbers right today.
I think the easiest one to see was Rowan Milosevic's 44, because that's a big number and he's a big guy, but now he's covered it up with the back of that chest protector. As stepping into the right-hand batter's box is Mason Presley. A few words of encouragement there from Lucas Jennings. Now he returns the home plate umpire. Sets up behind Milosevic. Well, now he stops and he's going to sweep off the plate first.
Just maintenance.
Yeah.
For a big game.
Just pushing back that scheduled 5 o'clock start to 5:02. So Fish is ready, and his first pitch of the ball game is just high for ball 1.
Fish has a pretty quick wind-up.
Ready with his sign, and from the full wide, he kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss, evens the count, with Presley at 1 ball and 1 strike. Pretty good gas on the high heat there.
It's nice that Bowling Green also has the pitch count, so we can stay up with that.
Couldn't quite find the break on the curveball there, and the count goes to 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to the leadoff batter, Presley.
And it's pitcher versus pitcher.
Something you only see high school and below as the pitcher leading off, as that one misses and the count goes to 3-1. Heck, you don't even see the pitcher unless it's Otani.
Mm-hmm.
The 3-1 pitch and a swing and got a piece of that one, fouled back to the screen, 3-2.
Milosevic tried to get a hand on that one, just slipped right out. It looked like he closed his glove just a little bit too early.
It was a late swing from Mason Presley.
3-2.
And the payoff pitch from Fish is outside, and it's a leadoff walk.
Around the zone, just missing.
That'll bring in Jack Romine, the center fielder.
No outs, runner on first base for Centralia.
And they'll bring in a courtesy runner, and that's number 26, Emery Mast, the junior outfielder.
Emery Mast.
You'd think that I guess he is pitching today, but Presley, he looks like he has some speed. He's at the top of the lineup for a reason. Probably a pretty good base runner.
And pulls back a bunt and takes a ball. As Romine ahead in the count 1-0. Thinking maybe early in this ball game on a cold day, you want to get your pitcher in there, get that jacket on, keep him warm. The 1-0 drops low, 2 balls and no strikes.
Kind of working from behind early is Fish.
Left-handed hitting, Jack Romine. And the 2-0 is in for a strike. Brings the count to 2-1. Nobody out and a runner at first base. Centralia looking for their first hit of the ball game.
Eli Grody and Fisher are holding runner close to the bag.
This one chopped to third. Waiting on it is Jennings. His throw goes to first. Good stretch there and pulled him off. Now a throw into center field, and they're going to both advance as they try to catch the runner napping. So it's an infield hit and an error.
Gibson was just trying to get to second base, didn't get there quick enough. Eli Grody, not a very strong throw, and it kind of died, and not enough time for Gibson to get a glove on it, and it goes to left field.
Yeah, it's kind of throwing back across his body there as the momentum of his stretch had taken him toward home plate. So runners at second and third, big lead out there at second by Romine. And the curveball in for a strike. Good hook there from Fish. First time he started a batter with the strike here this afternoon. Adams wears number 7, bats from the right-hand side. Swing and a miss. Looked like he changed speeds on him a little there, and Adams was behind.
Maybe that was the spark that Fish needed, was to kind of rely on himself to get the outs. Work ahead.
The 0-2. That one misses inside. A ball and 2 strikes. Fisher wanted the call. Second and third, nobody out. Big secondary lead at second base. This one lifted into short center field, dying, and caught by the center fielder. Throw comes in. Maybe a play at the plate, and he is in safe. Ball just sort of died when it got about to the pitcher's mound, and it's 1-0 on the sacrifice fly.
Had some high arc to it. Gavin Potter kind of had to take a few steps back. He ran in and then had to go back, and I don't think his feet were set up the right way for a really strong throw to home plate, but made it close.
Yeah, ball sort of hung up there. I thought it was going to die in short center field, and so did Potter out there. So 1-0, 1 out, runner at second base. And the pitch is in for a strike on the first to Anthony Ford. Started him off with that curveball again.
Just trying to find what works.
The 0-1, step off, throw back to second, and in with a head first slide is Romine. We got bats here at the ballpark, bats at the studio. This one is lifted out of play and over to the football field. Count to 0-2. 1 out, runner at second. A run in. Still no hits for Centralia. That one bounces off the plate, and the runner will advance to third. No throw.
Pretty good jump that Ethan Adams had at second base to get there. He read that pitch really well.
Ball and 2 strikes, 1 out, runner at third. Did they call a balk?
I'm wondering what the signal is for.
Yeah, the field umpire called something, but
yeah,
that would be distracting because it wasn't a balk.
No.
And now the count goes to 3-2.
Fish is a little frustrated.
And that's exactly what you got to do. Go back behind the mound, gather yourself in. This is a big pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out and a runner at third. Here it comes. And this one over the second baseman and into short right field. It's 2-0 Centralia on a hit by Anthony Ford.
Tanner McGaw got that in from right field. Line drive to right, just right over the head of Lucas Dick.
An infield hit, and now one over the shortstop. And it's 2-0. Air mixed in there. And a swing and a miss. Loading up on that one was Fisher to get ahead of Matty Robinson.
Matt Robinson is the shortstop today. Runner at first base for Centralia.
Check on that runner, and back in with the head first slide is Ford. 21 pitches already for Fisher. And the pitch is fouled out of play behind us, and it's 0-2.
Just 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Fish is looking to kind of recover and minimize the damage.
Yes, Robinson 0-2. Runner at first, 1 out. And a swing and a miss. First strikeout of the afternoon for Fisher. And there's 2 away.
Going down swinging. Yeah, Matt Robinson went down swinging for out number 2. Good pitch from Fisher.
That'll bring in the right fielder, Micah Danielson. Trying to do something here with 2 outs. And he takes a strike. Fastball right down central.
If they can get out of it with just giving up 2 runs, I think that'll be big for the Bobcats.
The 0-1 pitch on its way. Didn't get the break on that one. Left that ball up high for ball 1. Even count. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner at first. He takes his lead. Fisher doesn't check. Comes to the plate, misses inside, 2-1.
Not a bad pitch, just ran a little too far, especially on that backside of the plate.
Yeah, he was trying to get in on the hands that time, jam up the batter, Danielson. Tried again, missed inside, 3-1.
Not the first inning you were probably wanting out of your starter with so many pitches, but he is an upperclassman and he knows how to settle down and get back to work.
Pitch number 28's on its way, a 3-1 offering. That is strike 2, and the count goes full. Third batter to face a full count already in this first inning. Micah Danielson. Fisher trying to get out of the inning. Payoff pitch. Back up the middle, and that'll be a base hit. Into center. Potter gathers it in, and there's runners at first and second now with 2 outs. Inning continues. For number 1, Michael Marcellus.
And sometimes that's what happens whenever you get deep into those counts. You have to find the middle of the plate, just find something. And oftentimes you see those line drives, those hard hits, and just something that you're going to have to work through. But it is early in the season, but you want to find the strike zone as soon as possible.
See if he can get ahead here against Marcellus. Curveball in for a strike. Has good command over that.
Mm-hmm. Good frame, too, from Milosevic.
No robot umpires here at the high school level. First and second, and this one lifted toward the second baseman. First baseman wants it, and making the catch is Eli Grody to retire the side. Couple of runs cross in the top of the first. Centralia leads Bowling Green 2-0 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a Taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A Taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Set the defense for Centralia ahead of the bottom of the first inning. Michael Marcellus is in left, Jack Romine in center, Micah Danielson is in right, Anthony Fort's the third baseman, Matty Robinson the shortstop, Ethan Adams at second base, and Tanner Dutton patrolling things over at first. Elliot McCoy behind the plate, and Mason Presley taking his warm-up tosses ahead of this bottom of the first inning. For Bowling Green, it'll be Eli Grody, Alex Miller, and Zach Gibson. If anyone gets on, the catcher will bat Rowan Milosevic. So they limit the damage, just 2 runs on the board, but
definitely could have been worse.
Allowed a lot of base runners, a lot of pitches for Camden Fisher.
And you're trying to get in as many innings as you can today, as much work as you can with that rain that's kind of pressing in. Not the first inning you wanted to have, and it kind of limits that work as well.
So Presley taking his warm-up tosses. I like the flow he has with the hair coming out the back of his hat.
We've seen a lot of that, a lot of long hair, some perms.
Yeah, and a whole lot of mullets.
Saw a lot of long hair yesterday whenever I was watching Louisiana and Silex. Great game, by the way. It was a come-from-behind win for Silex. They were able to get the victory over Louisiana 8-6. I got to see a home run.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's a good start to the season.
I think today anything would have to go to left field.
Yep.
The way the wind is blowing here.
And that's even going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
Especially because that's our monster wall.
Yeah, exactly.
We've seen it done before.
One of the most interesting walls around the area is the outfield wall here at Bowling Green.
You can't call it the Green Monster.
No.
I don't know if you want to call it Monster Wall.
Well, if it clears it, it's going to the road.
It's a monster home run. Yeah. Get a prize if you hit a car.
Exactly. I mean, in the majors,
it's a new promotion.
You get to hit a car, you win a car, right?
I think so.
I don't think.
If you hit a boat, you win a boat.
Yeah. Do we
You're
have boats
in San
out there?
Francisco.
Yeah. And the home plate umpire directs some of the Centralia folks to get down deeper behind the fencing in the dugout. And Eli Grody ready for a ball in the dirt to start the bottom of the first inning. Grody, Miller, Gibson, Milosevic, Potter, Jennings, Fisher, Dick, and McGaw. The 1-0 pitch from Presley. Again, bounces outside, 2-0.
He's really falling towards first base. Both pitches have been outside low in the dirt.
He sets up all the way on the first base side of the rubber. And that one is in for a strike. 2-1. So he found that spot on his third delivery of the afternoon. The 2-1. Again, misses low and outside. 3 balls and a strike.
So both pitchers having a little bit of trouble early in this ball game.
And we'll see if Bowling Green can get the leadoff runner aboard just like Centralia did.
And it's a walk.
Low and away. And trotting down to first is Grody. Alex Miller will dig in.
Batting, number 3, Alex Miller.
Bowling Green's going to have to recognize early that there's a little bit of trouble with command, especially to the outside corner. And so if you're at first base, you're going to want to try to get a good lead and try to make it for a steal for second base.
And they are trying to steal. Pitch is up. Throw down to second. Not in time. And a stolen base for Grody.
Grody moves into scoring position with a stolen base.
And the count goes to 1-0.
If you're just joining us, the Bobcats trail the Centralia Panthers 2-0 in the bottom of the first inning.
Presley looks at that runner at second. Shortstop moves in behind. Now he returns to his position, and a swing and a miss by Miller evens the count at a ball and a strike. Bottom fell out of that one.
Miller playing left field today for Bowling Green.
Big hole with the shortstop covering. That one bounces in. Delayed steal, and he is out at third.
that was a tough hop and good read by the catcher, Elliot McCoy, because that ball looked like it was going to skip over his shoulder, and he was able to get the angle on it correctly and just made it for an easy throw down to third base to get the runner.
And, I think Grody thought there was no way that the catcher was going to make that play, and he was able to backhand it and made an easy throw to third to get the runner. There's a swing and a miss. The count to 2-2. So Presley bailed out of that leadoff walk. Now a 2-2 pitch. Took something off, missed outside. Count goes full. Miller trying to get on. Reset this inning for Bowling Green. The payoff pitch. Missed outside, and a second walk to start the game for Mason Presley.
And
what?
I guess that they're just calling it 3-2.
Yeah, there it is.
I was going to say, he stayed up there for a long time. The umpire didn't even say anything.
Number 13.
That'll bring in Zach Gibson. He's the shortstop this afternoon.
Maybe both sides got confused after the thrown out at third base. That kind of changes things a little bit. How many strikes do I have?
Yeah, one was definitely a ball as it bounced in, and a nice play by the catcher. Now a step off, no throw over.
But 2 walks to start the game for Mason Presley.
See if Bowling Green can make him pay. The pitch to Gibson is in for a strike, and the first time that Presley is started with a strike. 2 smaller pitchers here this afternoon.
It looks like Presley has moved even further
Runner
towards
goes,
first base.
And no throw and a stolen base for Alex Miller.
Stolen base, Miller.
And the pitch was high. Count even at 1-1. One ball, one strike. Runner at second base, 1 out. That one bounces away, and the runner will advance this time. Throw down, and he is safe.
Barely.
Yeah. Late break. Count 2-1. Tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the first inning. Gibson ahead in the count, 2-1. Pitch number 15 from Presley on its way. Bounces in. He has missed. He has missed low consistently.
Mm-hmm. It makes it predictable for McCoy, but it doesn't make his job any easier, and I feel like he's done a great job with making sure that those balls don't get past.
He's got a good arm, too, especially down to third. The 3-1 pitch to Zach Gibson, and he walked him.
3 walks in a row.
Gibson draws the walk.
So Grody, Miller, and now Gibson have all walked, and Milosevic a chance to make some noise. And now out of the dugout is Coach Rogers. So Coach Jennings will talk to his runner at first base. Coach Jane just goes to the dugout, leaving his man at third base, Alex Miller, all alone.
Probably talking to his team a little bit about what the pitcher's doing, how to read it out of his hand, when he's missing, how to capitalize with those stolen bases. But it has to get past the catcher, McCoy.
Especially if you're going from second to third.
Yes. Great arm. And he gets to the ball really quickly.
Mm-hmm. All of the Panthers infield back to their positions. Milosevic, the cleanup hitter, is ready. Runners at first and third, 1 out. Presley looks over his shoulder at that runner at first, who is going. Pitch a strike, fakes the throw down to second. Now there's runners at second and third with just 1 out.
Every Bobcat that has come to the plate has stolen second base today.
0-1. Milosevic was taking all the way to get the runner into scoring position. There's a strike on a breaking ball, and it's quickly 0-2. Milosevic would love to poke one in down the line or between first and second. That one bounces in. Ball and 2 strikes.
It seems like Milosevic is just kind of in that take mode, especially watching 3 walks in a row. You have to be, but you also have to be sitting for that mistake as well.
A ball and 2 strikes. Presley's next pitch is lifted into right center. On the run and making the catch is the right fielder Danielson. Tagging and coming to the plate to score Bowling Green's first run is Miller, and the sac fly makes it a 2-1 ball game.
Good job by Danielson to come in and make that catch, and had a really good throw to home plate, especially with as far towards center as he was coming. He had to turn his body around to make that throw home.
Runner at second, now 2 outs. The batter is Gavin Potter, and a balk called. So moving from second to third is Gibson. And the field umpire comes in and tells Presley what he did with his delivery wrong. So now the tying run 90 feet away. And that one on the outside corner for strike 1. Oh and 1. Tying run at third. 2 outs. That one misses high. Runner's going to try and score. The play at the plate, and he is safe. He missed the tag. We're tied at 2.
Just under it was Gibson. He got a really good read. As soon as that ball hit the top of McCoy's glove, he took off and made it in there safely to even up this ball game at 2-2.
Here in the bottom of the first inning. 2 outs and a 1-1 count to Potter. So Presley with the balk and now the wild pitch, and there's a strike called. He is a strike away from getting out of the inning with the game back even.
Good job by the Bobcats to respond. You'd like to extend this inning and wear out the pitcher just a little bit more.
That one misses outside. 2-2. They've taken a fair amount of pitches. Already 24 thrown here in the first inning by Mason Presley. The 2-2 pitch on its way. And that one called strike 3. First strikeout of the afternoon, and that ends the first inning. 2-2 our score. Bowling Green ties it up. The Panthers coming up on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Going to the Dutton Ranch to start the top of the second inning. Tanner Dutton, then Elliot McCoy back to the top of the order for Mason Presley. I've never watched 1 second of Yellowstone, by the way.
But they've marketed themselves well enough that you do know what the Dutton Ranch is.
I am a student of pop culture.
Kevin Costner, he got you.
Yep, got to me again. I could do the whole baseball speech from Field of Dreams.
Let's hear it.
No. There's a time and a place.
And this is not it.
Exactly. Tanner Dutton digs in. Right-handed hitting first baseman. And Camden Fisher from the full line delivers a ball back to the screen.
Milosevic was like, backstop's
No,
got
no,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. It rolled pretty far. I think he judged that pretty well.
Yeah.
How can I minimize my work?
1-0 the count. The next misses inside 2-0.
Seems like Fish is kind of struggling to get a feel for his pitches, and he keeps looking at his hand and warming it up. And so it'll be interesting to see how he responds in the second inning.
That one misses high, 3-0. You know as well as I do, that is the go-to as a pitcher. Just look at your hand and what are you doing to me?
What do you mean? We've done this every day.
The 3-0 pitch misses up and in, and a 4-pitch walk to start the top of the second inning as Dutton trots down to first to bring in the catcher McCoy.
So 2 walks for Camden Fisher, and he started off both innings, the first and the second inning, with a walk. But he was able to get a ground ball right after that in the first, so we'll see how he comes back here.
McCoy, right-handed hitter. Instead of check on that runner at first, and back in with the head-first slide is Tanner Dutton. 35 pitches already for Camden Fisher.
At the bottom of the lineup, the 9-hole.
Pitch in for a strike. And it's 0-1. Doesn't look like Dutton wants to do a whole bunch of running. The 0-1. Instead, another check on that runner, and back in with the head first slide is Dutton.
Making his white jersey very dirty.
Gets a good slide, though.
Mm-hmm.
Field is in great shape.
Oh, yeah. Especially with as wet as it's been over the last few weeks.
That one misses inside, a ball and a strike. Runner at first, nobody out, 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of the top of the second inning. That one fouled at the plate, and the count goes to 1-2.
Hit off his foot, rolled over on it.
I think that hurt his hands and his foot.
He's grabbing both.
Yeah.
We have a softball down there. I don't know where somebody found that, but don't throw that one back into the game.
That one misses. Throw down to first and back in safely. That's closer than it should have been. Good play by Milosevic.
Good check, and Eli Grody was ready to receive that. Good tag.
2-2 the count. McCoy, the number 9 hitter, ready. From the stretch, Fisher delivers, and that one is low, and the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, and a runner at first base. Don't want to let the number 9 hitter go with Presley coming up. The payoff is strike 3 called. Throw down to first, gets away. Runner going to stay there at first. Nice job backing up by McGaw, the right fielder.
The ball was up in the zone, but umpire called it for Fisher. It's the first out of the inning. We're back to the top of the lineup, and starting off the game was Mason Presley, and he had a walk.
Runner at first, 1 out. Looked like Fish kind of short-armed that one a little bit, and it drops low for ball 1. Want to know the count. Showing bunt is Presley. Check on the runner at first, and again in with the head first slide is Dutton.
Lucas Jennings came in pretty far there. He was really expecting bunt and no pullback.
And the 1-0 pitch. Pulls back the bunt, takes the ball, 2-0.
They call it the hot corner for a reason. If he's scratching that far in, he better be ready for a pullback and something hard down the line.
Step off by Fisher. Find his grip. Comes set. Kicks and delivers. This one lifted into right on the run and making the catch is McGaw. Oh, he dropped it. They may get the out at second base. They do. They get the force at second as the runner Dutton was kind of left in no man's land there. So it's an error and then put out 9-6.
Yes, and McGaw just kept running in, and I think that his glove was closed, and it was almost like a trap.
And now he threw his glove down.
That was the problem. Just like the hand when you're a pitcher.
Uh-huh.
Is there a hole in this thing? Like, what's going on?
Luckily, it stayed close to him. He was able to get the out at second base.
Yeah. It almost looked like, those fancy transfers that people are trying to do. They're not actually catching it with the web.
This one ripped into right. Kind of hits the lip of the infield, and it'll be a base hit. And Presley almost fell off second base there. So back-to-back hits, or the error in the hit. Has 2 on with 2 out. That ball was just ripped and then hit that lip and bounced about 30 feet in the air.
So 2 outs, but runners on first and second base for Centralia.
Good job sliding out there by Milosevic to get that outside pitch. 1-0. As Adams digs back into the right-hand batter's box.
And he had a fly out to Gavin Potter in center field his last at-bat.
This one popped up a mile high, foul territory. Grody over it and makes the catch in the coach's box in front of the Centralia dugout to end the inning. Centralia leaves a pair aboard, and we go to the bottom of the second, still tied at 2. Bowling Green coming up on KJFM.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicky Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Bowling Green got the stop, and now we'll try and grab the lead in this ball game. Tied at 2. It'll be Jennings, Fisher, and Dick, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. If anyone gets on, the number 9 man McGaw will bat.
Bowling Green looking to turn the lineup over just like Centralia did. Hopefully getting a run or 2 here to give Fisher some insurance.
Ball goes around the infield. Maybe one more warm-up pitch for Presley, and we'll be ready for this bottom of the second inning. As Bowling Green tries to take the lead. Home plate umpire making his way back behind the dish. And we'll have to have one more because that pitch was in the dirt, the warm-up. So no throw down yet.
Had a couple of those low pitches and warm-ups.
Well, they're letting him have plenty of warm-ups here on a cold day. So Jennings will just have to wait. Now the ball goes down, and we're ready for play here in the bottom of the second.
Leading off the bottom of the second, third baseman, number 33, Lucas Jennings.
Jennings, Fisher, and Dick for Bowling Green. As Centralia will play him straight up on the infield and outfield. Kind of a deep shortstop. And a swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. by Jennings as he was going golfing to start the bottom of the second.
I think he's just wanting to hit. He's tired of the walks and trying to make something for himself. That pitch did look nice. I like the when the pitch is bottomed out of the zone. I always was one to chase that. So
that one misses outside to even the count at 1-1. 2-2 ball game. Centralia and Bowling Green. Presley sets up again on the first base side of the rubber. And from the full wide, delivers, and this one is lifted into right. Coming in, and unable to make the catch is Danielson, and it's a leadoff hit.
That was kind of in no man's land. Hard to make the catch between Adams and Danielson. It was right on that line. A lucky single there for Jennings.
Well placed.
Very well placed.
And that'll bring in Camden Fisher trying to help his own cause here. Where's number 1? Bats from the right-hand side. Looks to Coach Jane for the signs. I like the red batting gloves with the long black sleeves.
Matchy.
That one up and in. For ball 1 to Fisher. Runner at first, nobody out. And the next is grounded to the third baseman. Nice hop. Throw over to second is in time. Throw to first. A double play. 5-4-3 for the twin killing, and there's 2 outs.
And that was a tough play for Ford. His balance was really off coming across the diamond, getting it to second base, and then making that turn pretty quickly to get Fisher at first base for the double play.
Yeah, Adams did a nice turn there from the second base position. And now the bases are empty with 2 outs for Lucas Dick. Home plate umpire over to the Centralia dugout. I'm not sure what the conversation is over there.
Did somebody come into the game? It looks like they have the scorebook up there, so a little unsure.
Well, everything has been decided, and back behind home plate is the umpire. And the bases are empty with 2 outs, and the pitch is outside for ball 1. The 1-0 in for a strike right down the middle. Took something off. Get over fastball.
Presley has lowered his pitch count this inning, and one of the big things is that double play, and he's just getting batters to swing now, which is good for him.
That one in for a strike as well. A ball and 2 strikes to the Bowling Green second baseman. One and 2. Pitch number 34 for Presley is strike 3 called. And that ends the inning. So a double play and a strikeout ends the threat. We head to the third. Centralia coming up. Time with Bowling Green 2-2 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Cleanup hitter to lead things off for Centralia here in the top of the third inning. Anthony Ford, then Matty Robinson and Micah Danielson. If anyone gets on, Michael Marsalis will bat here in the top half of the third inning. 47 pitches so far for Camden Fisher. Here's number 48, and it's high for ball one. Step behind the bag at third, even with the bag at first, and the pitch is outside. 2-0 to Ford. Robinson on deck. Pitch outside again. 3 balls and no strikes. He started last inning with a 4-pitch walk. Doesn't want to do that again. Fisher from the full line. And it is a 4-pitch walk. That one goes back to the screen. And it'll bring in Matty Robinson. Robinson, right-handed batter. Plays shortstop for Centralia, and this one is grounded to the first baseman. Backhanded there. Over to the bag. They'll get the out at first. Runner advances to second. So there's a runner at second now with 1 out. Nice backhanded play by Grody at first. And took the easy route for out number 1. That'll bring in Micah Danielson. With the runner at second, this one is lifted foul and out of play behind home plate. 0-1. The count to Danielson. The 0-1 pitch. Instead of step off and look back toward second. No throw from Fisher. He turns and faces the batter again. And the pitch, way out in front of that one was Danielson, and it's quickly 0-2. Saw some emergency vehicles go past the field a moment ago, out past the roundabout. Now I really want my binoculars out of the cars. This one's hit into center field. It's down for a base hit. They're going to try and score the runner from third. Throw coming in, and he is out at home. Great sweep tag by Milosevic, and that is the second out. Runner advances to second on the play, but we remain tied at 2. Here in the top of the third inning. What a throw coming in from center by Gavin Potter. And a great tag by Milosevic. So that's the second out. Runner still in scoring position. And the batter is Marsalis. This one grounded to the shortstop deep in the hole. Throw across is in time. He got him. Staying on first was Eli Grody with a nice stretch there, and they get out of the inning. Gibson to Grody, 6-3 on the putout, and they strand a runner in scoring position. This game's still tied after 2.5 innings to the bottom of the third. Bowling Green coming up on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice is seeking compassionate nurses to join our work family. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and flexible scheduling. Don't wait. Apply today at pikecountyhealth.org.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Great defensive half inning for Bowling Green. Got the throw from center field to nail the runner at home plate. That kept the game tied. And then a nice play deep in the hole by Zach Gibson. And a great throw across. Good stretch by Eli Grody to get out of the inning. Still tied at 2 as the Bobcats come up. It'll be the bottom of the order for Bowling Green. Here in the home half of the third, looking to jump ahead for the first time in this ball game. Centralia struck first with a pair of runs in the top half of the first inning. Bowling Green tied it in the bottom half. That warm-up pitch just hit Elliot McCoy right where the shin pad meets the foot. Presley continues to batter his catcher here during warm-ups. As the throw goes down, we're ready for action here in the bottom half of inning number 3.
Leading off, bottom of the third, right fielder, number 23, Tanner McGaw.
McGaw. And then back to the top of the order for Grody and Miller. Left-hand hitting, Tanner McGaw. And the first pitch he sees is outside for ball 1. Only lefty in the lineup. And the 1-0 misses as well. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 balls, no strikes. And the next 2, McGaw is lifted into center. Under it is Romine, and he makes the two-handed grab for out number 1.
McGaw flies out to center field.
And that brings us back to the top of the order for Eli Grody.
Number 11, Eli Grody.
Grody walked his first time up to lead off the ball game for Bowling Green. Stole second, was thrown out at third. First of 3 walks in a row from Presley to start the game, and this one is grounded slowly to the second baseman. Adams up with it. Oh, has trouble, and he's safe. That'll be an error on the second baseman. Adams just looked like he took his eye off the ball momentarily, and there's a runner aboard as Grody reaches on the air. And this one is foul out of play on the first pitch. Actually, yeah, just out of play. The third baseman acted like he was catching the ball, but it's strike 1 to Alex Miller. Miller digs back in, runner at first, 1 out. Check on that runner, and the throw gets away. Not far enough, though, to advance Grody. Especially, he's going to be a little more careful, I think, after getting thrown out at third his first time around the bases. 0-1 the count. Miller has to get out of the way of that one. Ball gets away, and down to second goes Grody. Even count, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Go ahead run in scoring position now for the Bobcats. 2-2 ball game. Here in the home half of the third, 1 down. Miller ready. Presley delivers. That one goes back to the screen as well, and taking third this time is Grody.
Grody advances to third.
So now the go-ahead run at third with less than 2 outs. A 2-1 count to Alex Miller. Here comes the next. That one bounces to the screen, and there's going to be a play at the plate. And in with a head-first slide is Grody to give Bowling Green the lead.
Home plate. Bobcats go up 1.
Good slide that time by Eli Grody, and Bowling Green has the lead for the first time this afternoon. 3-1. the count to Miller, who will try and get on and restart this inning. Base is empty, 1 out. Time called by the home plate umpire. Now digging back in is Miller. Presley. Let down by his defense here in the bottom of the third. That one fouled off. Spoiled a pretty good pitch, and the count full at 3-2. Playing deep around the infield, straight away in the outfield. Payoff pitch on its way, and it bounces in for ball 4.
Miller draws the walk.
Alex on, and that'll bring in Zach Gibson.
Step it to the plate.
3-2 Bobcats. They scored 2 to tie it in the bottom of the first. 1 to go ahead here in the bottom of the third. Looking for their first win of the 23 campaign. Both these teams 0-1. Both got blown out in their first action. Runner goes. Pitch in for a strike. Throw down is not in time. Stolen base. And an 0-1 count. Looked like Gibson was taking all the way. Looked like sliding is a little tough there at second base. In for a strike, 0-2 to Zach Gibson. 1 out. Runner at second. Gibson going to have to shorten up here. Behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Presley is low and in. Score tie the glove of McCoy. Not far enough for the runner to advance, and it's 1-2. Mason Presley from the stretch. Looks at the runner at second base. Looks again. Now kicks and delivers. This one fouled off. Actually hit twice by Gibson. Still 1-2. Tipped it down, bounced back up, and hit his backswing. Ball and 2 strikes. 1 out. Runner takes his lead off second. Not a big lead. And that one called strike 3 as Gibson, I think, kind of had the knees buckle, and that may have influenced the call by the home plate umpire. That'll bring in the cleanup hitter, Milosevic. And Rowan would love to get a hold of one here. 2 outs, runner at second. Bowling Green up a run. That one outside for ball 1. Outfielders, especially the center fielder, back up a little bit here. Against Milosevic. Now a step off, no throw back to second. And Miller standing on the bag without a slide. Now he takes his lead again. Moves up to a secondary lead as the pitcher comes in, and that's swung on and missed. 1-1. Actually, may have got a piece of that one. Nubbed it back to the screen. Ball and a strike, 2 outs. Miller, the runner at second base. Grody scored on a wild pitch to put Bowling Green ahead. This one popped up mile high. It'll reach the seats. Actually hit the bleachers behind us. Ball and 2 strikes. See if Presley tries to expand the zone against the cleanup hitter for Bowling Green, Rowan Milosevic. The 1-2 on its way. And that one over the back of Milosevic. Evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at second. Deuces are wild. The next from Presley. Hit him. First one went over him, second one hits him. And there's runners at first and second with 2 outs.
Milosevic hit by pitch. Brings number 31.
First batter
Gavin
hit by a
Potter.
pitch here this afternoon. And the first pitch is on the outside corner to Potter. That one missed as well. Here's the next to Potter, and that one swung on and missed. Ball and a strike. And that one is in for strike 3, and the Panthers get out of the inning, allowing just the 1 run. 3-2 our score as we head to the 4th. You're listening to high school baseball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters.
Can trust State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowie General Services.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Top of the 4th here at Bowling Green High School. Bobcats get a run as Grody scores on a wild pitch. Actually went to second, third, and home, all on pass balls or wild pitches. And the Bobcats ahead for the first time as we start play here in the 4th. And for the Panthers, they'll lead it off with the number 8 hitter, Tanner Dutton. Second time he's led off an inning. First time he got aboard. And takes a ball to start at bat number 2. The next on its way, and this one is lined foul down the right field line. Ball and a strike. Dutton, good cut, just a little behind on that one. Tall first baseman digs back in against Camden Fisher, and a swing and a miss. And Fisher lost his footing and went to the ground after that one. He's thrown 59 pitches and catches the ball with his pitching hand. Quite the showman, Camden Fisher, and now Coach Jing going to come out and talk to him. Maybe look at that mound a little bit. Ahead in the count is Fisher 1-2. So pitch number 60 is coming. Changes his grip. And the 1-2 pitch just a little bit high. 2-2. Pitch number 61 on its way from Fisher. And that strike 3 call. Got him looking, and
Fisher with the K.
first time that Fisher's retired, the leadoff man this afternoon. So the Bobcats with a good start here to the top of the 4th inning. And the pitch just a little bit high. It's the number 9 hitter, Elliot McCoy. The next to McCoy, right down the middle for strike 1. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Base is empty, 1 out. The 1-1 from Fisher. Ooh, loaded up on that one, and it was fouled at the plate by McCoy. A ball and 2 strikes. As Fisher getting closer to the end of his day towards his pitch count. He's loading up. He's just getting warmed up. Pitch number 65. Dials in that grip and delivers, and this one out in front of it and over the head of the shortstop. Just hung up and got over Gibson for a 1-out hit. So 1 on, 1 out. That'll bring in Jack Romine, or excuse me, back to the top for Presley. Instead, a check on the runner at first, and Grody has to reach over the runner and then jump over him to get that, keep that ball from going to the outfield. Fisher to Presley, and this one popped up on the infield. Catcher wants it, and in foul territory, Milosevic makes the catch for the 2nd out. So a little gift there from Presley, and that'll bring in Jack Romine with 1 on and 2 outs. Romine, the center fielder, takes into the left-hand batter's box. Tucks his ears back in that helmet. And the pitch from Fisher is outside. They throw down to second. They got him. Thrown out, trying to steal is McCoy, and that'll end the inning. Caught stealing, going to the bottom of the 4th. Still 3-2 Bowling Green leading Centralia on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports comes health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green Clapton and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Tim Jenkins, Keolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Bottom of the 4th inning here from Bowling Green High School. The Bobcats leading the Centralia Panthers 3-2. Both teams looking for their first win of this 2023 baseball season. Both teams 0-1. Bobcats came back from a two-run deficit to lead this ball game 3-2. Mark Fronick, Maddie Ingram back here high in the press box.
Nice and warm.
Yes. You're back in here.
Yes.
How was it field level?
Well, I'm frozen. And it feels so nice in here. It's like taking a warm bath.
Yeah. And Bowling Green would love to heat up at the plate here to start the bottom of the 4th inning.
Got that lead in the bottom of the 3rd, looking to capitalize here, just making it easier on themselves. They've had a couple of great defensive plays as well.
Yeah, that play at the plate
a
couple innings ago to keep the game tied.
Fantastic throw from the outfield.
And a great tag from Milosevic.
He had to come up the line just a little bit, but he was right where he needed to be to make the tag.
Bobcats will play at Louisiana on Thursday. They're scheduled to. And then don't play again until the 30th at Ellsbury.
That's some time.
Yeah. So you want to get hot this week and then have a good week of practice.
Yep.
Work on those defensive errors that you had in the first game. Been a little cleaner here in game number 2.
Especially after that first inning where they were kind of rattled, it seemed, and they've settled in nicely since.
6, 7, and 8, Jennings, Fisher, and Dick for the Bobcats, and a ball low to start the home half of the 4th. There is a new pitcher out there for the Panthers. That's grounded back to the pitcher. Up with it is Tucker Pollock, and he makes the play over to the first baseman. So Pollock in relief of Presley, and he gets the first battery faces for out number 1. 1-3 on the put out, and that'll bring in Camden Fisher. Fish was
in some bad luck his first at bat.
Hit into a double play, 6-4 or 5-4-3. He grounded to the third base with the runner on. And this one bounces in for ball 1. So Pollock in relief for Presley. And the next is grounded back under the glove of Pollock. Second baseman has trouble, still has time to gather in and throw over to Dutton at first base for the second out.
So a couple of ground balls to start the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 outs, 2 quick outs.
That'll bring in Lucas Dick, the second baseman. And Pollock's pitch on the way. And a swing and a miss by Dick.
My apologies.
So Tucker Pollock has induced a couple of ground balls, one back to him, one under his glove to the second baseman. That one almost hits Lucas Dick.
Maybe that is Brady Huber batting. Number 9.
It does look like it is Brady Huber.
Okay.
That's a 9, so
Yeah.
it's hard to see.
Yeah. So batting in Dick's spot. And there is a ball high to Huber. 2-1.
Brady Huber, he is a sophomore.
And the 2-1 pitch is a strike called.
3-2, Bowling Green leads Centralia. It's the bottom of the 4th inning.
So 9 against 9. Pollock against Huber. The 2-2 bounces in. The count goes full. Base is empty, 2 outs.
It's number 9. Brady's number 9 on here. The other night, he batted with a neon bat. That's why I didn't think anything of it until I saw him turn around and see him number 9.
3-2. The count. And Pollock's pitch to Huber. On the corner, strike 3 called, and that'll end the inning.
It's caught looking.
3-2 our score as we head to the 5th inning. Centralia coming up, trailing Bowling Green by a run on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri. Member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Family Drug is your locally owned pharmacy, and their pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Family Drug, locally owned and hometown proud on Georgia Street in Louisiana.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
So, that was Lucas Dick that batted last half inning. He's wearing 9 instead of 4, but we can't see that because we can't see the numbers at all. And that's why during his first at bat in that number 8 spot, the home plate umpire went and talked to the Centralia dugout, saying no, there wasn't a change in the lineup. There was a change in jerseys.
Yes, and so he had a different jersey on, and I think he had everyone confused.
Yeah,
so
yeah, we're all confused up here, but
the
that
good
spot
news
over
is
2.
we know who he is now.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Brady?
We know, yeah, Jack Romine, the batter to lead things off for Centralia here in the top of the 5th, and he takes a ball inside. Is Fish still going? He battled the first couple innings, but has really settled in. Helped out by some good defense.
Put up some zeros.
That one on the outside corner. Even syncs up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Base is empty here in the top of the 5th.
2-3-4 for Centralia.
And this one lifted into right, moving over on it, and McGaw makes the catch for the first out.
McGaw makes the catch for the first out.
So lefty retired.
Good start to the inning.
Mm-hmm. That'll bring in Ethan Adams.
It seems that Fisher has gotten them to swing the bat a little bit more, and it's allowed him to go longer in this ball game, which is what the Bobcats need from their starter.
Good job slinging that one up there to get ahead of the number 3 hitter in this order. That was a different delivery. We haven't seen that one too much from Fish. Comes more over the top this time and gets a ground ball right back to him. Side arms throw over to first base, and that's the second out. 1-3 on the put out.
Quick out from Fish there. He was able to field that ground ball quickly, easily, and make a good throw over to first base.
So 2 down. That brings in Anthony Ford, the cleanup hitter. Right-handed batter. Fish's pitch. Fouled back to the screen.
Pitching to contact.
0-1. The next. On its way, and that one, a curveball in there for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Fish is hit to short center field and a 2-out hit. As coming in on that one, I think Potter had designs to try and throw him out at first base, but couldn't field the ball cleanly.
And good thing that the runner didn't take second either, as much as he bobbled that.
Yeah.
Spun around, and he was too close to second base,
Yeah.
which was the big thing.
So, 2-out hit. And that'll bring in Robinson. And Matty takes one on the outside corner for strike 1.
Want to strand this runner here, get back in and hit.
Haven't had a 1-2-3 inning. That one misses the inside corner, not by much. Even counted 1-1.
No, that's pretty close to where a strike was called earlier.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to get it again.
1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at second, 2 outs. Step off and throw over, not in time. 3-2 Bobcats here in the top of the 5th. The next from Fisher, pitch number 78. Up and in. 2 balls and a strike. And Fish will take a little walk. Stretch it out a little bit. Now back on top. Center of the rubber comes set. From the stretch, he kicks and delivers, and a swing and a miss. Big cut that time by Robinson, came up empty, and the count goes to 2-2.
Be big if he could close the door here. Good outing.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first. Let's see if they put him in motion. 2-2. Just missed. Goes back to the screen. Now the runner will take second.
Think he may have crossed Milosevic up. He was looking for something a little bit different. Ball got right under his glove and heads to the backstop. But now a runner in scoring position.
Pitch number 81. A 3-2 pitch. Reaches out, grounds it to the first base, and Grody on 2 hops, steps on the bag, and retires the side. Bowling Green coming up in the bottom of the 5th inning, leading Centralia 3-2 on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Pretty efficient inning for Camden Fisher. Probably the end of his day as he's over 80 pitches now, but has Bowling Green a lead 3-2 as we head to the home half of the 5th inning. So for the Bobcats, it'll be McGaw, Grody, and Miller, 9-1-2.
A good performance by Fisher, as you mentioned, and right now all you need to do is get another run or two, especially with somebody that's going to be coming in to close this ball game out. It's always nice to have that, especially late in the ball game.
Pollock in his 2nd inning of work in relief of Presley as the throw goes down. We're ready for action here in the home half of the 5th. Bobcat defense 6 outs away from their first win of the season.
I hope not 6 hours.
Yeah.
We'll be into some rain.
I think they'd call it before that.
Long ball game.
I think we're an official game by now. And the first pitch bunted too hard back to the pitcher. And Pollock throws over to get McGaw at first base.
Some good speed, though, from McGaw.
Number 11.
1 pitch, 1 out.
Grody.
That brings in Eli Grody. McGaw doing whatever he can to try and get on base. Came up short that time and back to the top of the order with 1 down for Grody, who's been on base a couple of times today. This one grounded back to the pitcher. Pollock throw over in time and retired for the first time is Eli Grody.
Both back to the pitcher, so he's had to defend.
2 pitches and 2 outs. That's pretty efficient so far for
yeah.
Pollock. That'll bring in Alex Miller, who's apparently a Barbie girl.
Isn't everyone?
That's his walk-up music, so we'll assume. And he takes a ball inside. Up under the hands for a 1-0 count. The next from Pollock is on its way. And he goes outside. So missed inside, missed outside, 2-0.
Well, this is the most he's thrown to a batter this inning.
Yeah.
He was going for that perfect 1-2-3 inning on 3 pitches.
Mm-hmm. This one grounded slowly to the third baseman, and it will be foul.
Good read by the third baseman forward to let that ball roll out because Miller was running down the baseline pretty quickly. I think he may have had a single if it would have stayed fair. Just those soft hits down the line, those are troublesome.
Especially this time of year when the ground is thawing out, maybe the infield a little soft. The 2-1 pitch on its way. That one's low, 3-1.
Little close for taking.
Inside, outside, down. He's missed so far. 3 balls and a strike. And the next. Swung on and foul back to the screen.
He has a very smooth delivery. His kick is really nice at the beginning. He looks like he does this quite a bit. Yeah. So sometimes you run into that in high school where it's like, we need a pitcher. Yeah. Who's going to step up? But no, he does a fantastic job.
Second pitcher of the day for the Panthers, and that one just fouled as well. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. Zach Gibson looking for a hit here with 2 outs. Pollock from the full line. Another foul ball.
Making him work.
Excuse me, Miller, the batter. Gibson on deck. First 2 were retired. Ball's back to the pitcher. And that one misses, and a walk, hard-earned walk by Alex Miller.
Good at bat from Miller. He saw a lot of pitches, and he gave Gibson the opportunity to see what Pollock is working with as well.
That'll bring in Gibson, the shortstop, with 2 outs.
Two outs, runner on first base. Hopefully getting that runner into scoring position.
You love some insurance here in the later innings. And a ball high on the first pitch to Zach Gibson. 1-0.
Heart of your lineup is the spot that you would hope to get it done.
The next. That's called a strike. Pretty similar pitch to the first one. Got the call this time.
Up in the zone. A pitcher's pitch for sure.
Runner takes his lead off first with a 1-1 count. And up and in the pitch to Gibson. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. 2 outs. Runner at first. The next to Gibson. Runner goes. Throw is late. Off to the third base side of second. And a stolen base.
Gibson was almost hit by that pitch, and he did a good job to make some sort of obstruction for the catcher as well, despite the fact that he was almost hit. He turned right into it and made it hard to be thrown around.
And that does hit him. Second time we've seen that where a pitch almost hits a Bowling Green batter and then the next one does.
Never feels good to get hit on a cold day.
Nope.
I'd be upset too. So that brings in your 4-hitter, your cleanup hitter, Milosevic.
Rowan, chance to bust this game open with a 2-out hit. Plenty of speed on the base paths. Miller at second, Gibson at first. Pitch from Pollock. Called a strike.
Rowan has an RBI today. He had a line drive to right field in the first inning, and he knocked in a run to get Bowling Green on the board.
And he was hit by a pitch, wasn't he?
Yes.
Took a strike. The next is hit to center field, and that will get down for a hit. Running, going to try and score from second base and in to score is Miller. Throw down to third, and everybody's safe. Advancing all the way to second is Milosevic. Bowling Green takes a 4-2 lead.
He has 2 RBIs now on the day, and that's big delivery there from Milosevic.
4-2, Bobcats lead.
31, Gavin Potter.
That'll bring in Potter.
It's Timmy Trumpet playing in the background.
It's a kind of a different version than we've heard around the area.
Yeah. Clapton Band does a fantastic job with it as well.
You know who's not going to be walking out to that for a while?
Edwin Diaz.
Yeah.
He might roll out to it.
That one high. Of course, he was injured in a celebration during the World Baseball Classic.
That's like the worst way to get injured. Like, hey, I was celebrating.
My knee exploded.
What was it, the patella?
Yeah,
Patella?
something like that, yeah. That one gets away. They're going to try and score a 5th run. Throw to the plate, and he is out at home. Out at home is Gibson. That retires the side. But Bowling Green does add 1 run and now hold a 4-2 lead over Centralia as we head to the top of the 6th on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Ackles Farm Market, and Northeast Missouri Title Company.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service, but did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
In the pitch for the Bobcats, Zach Gibson. He and Camden Fisher switch positions, so Fisher going to be the shortstop. He is the pitcher record, can only be the victor here this afternoon. Gibson in relief here in the top of the 6th inning. And for the Panthers,
it's Danielson, Marcellus, Dutton. If they
6,
get
7,
on,
and 8.
Yep. If they get on, it'll be McCoy at the bottom of the lineup, and then they'll turn it over. But hopefully it's a 1-2-3 for Gibson.
Gibson, a little more herky-jerky with his delivery, and it delivers a strike right down the middle. The 0-1. 0-2 on a swing and a miss. Gibson's all business out there. He is.
Has a little bit different tempo than Fisher.
And a half swing and a miss, and down on 3 pitches is the number 6 hitter, Micah Danielson. That'll bring in Michael Marsalis. So Gibson comes in and looks pretty good starting off.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to close the door. Looks good, and Bowling Green's just trying to secure a win, and that's a good start to it.
Delivers that one high, a ball on the first pitch to Marsalis. 1-0. Grounded back to the shortstop. Up with it is Fisher. Double pumps. Throw over in time.
Fisher to Grody for the out.
Nice play by Fish. And there's 2 down. And that'll bring in Dutton.
Good job by Fisher. As you mentioned, he took his time and he took a couple steps through the ball across the diamond, and it was just right to the chest of first baseman Eli Grody. 2 quick
Base is
outs.
empty, yep. And a strike delivered to Tanner Dutton. The 0-1 from Gibson. Misses outside. Went with a breaking ball there, it looked like.
Not a bad spot.
No. Especially, Tanner Dutton, he's kind of a lanky guy. That one in on the hands. And
That was a defensive
yeah.
swing more than anything.
Here comes. And he's behind the count 1-2. First 2 retired by Gibson. Has him set up. And that is just inside. Looked like he was going to ring him up. Instead, it's a 2-2 count.
Great pitch. I think if Milosevic would have stayed down, he almost stood up like there was a runner on.
Yeah. He was ready to dump that ball back on the turf, and this one fouled off. We'll do it again, 2-2. Yeah, he was ready to run off the field. That's why he stood up.
He called strike 3.
Yeah. Home plate umpire said, not showing me up. This one grounded to the third baseman. Up with it is Jennings. Throw across in time. And a 1-2-3 inning for the first time in this ball game by either side. Bowling Green has the lead 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the sixth on KJFM.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
On every journey, you should enjoy peace of mind. I'm Corey Buchanan. At Pike County Mutual Insurance Company, we take pride in keeping you protected. That's why we offer discounts for good students, safe driving, and more. Trust us to look out for the road ahead. For a free insurance quote on your home, auto, farm, or ATV needs, give myself or
Shelley Clucky
a call today. Pike County Mutual Insurance Company, on the square in Bowling Green.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicky Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Bottom of the sixth here at Bowling Green. The Bobcats trying to add to a 4-2 lead. Back out there is Pollock for the Panthers. His third inning of work in relief of Presley. Pretty good first inning of work for Zach Gibson.
Oh, yeah.
In relief of Camden Fisher, who's looking for his first win of the season.
Bowling Green looking for that first win.
Mm-hmm. It was Centralia that struck first, 2 runs in the top of the first inning off of Fisher. But the Bobcats came back, scored 2 of their own in the bottom half, added a run in the bottom of the third and the bottom of the fifth for a 4-2 lead here over Centralia.
Leading off the bottom of the sixth, Gavin Potter.
Centralia's next game is a road game as well, and then they'll finally have their first home game of the season. And the first pitch here in the bottom of the sixth is back to the screen to Gavin Potter.
Lots of moving feet in the batter's box from both sides. I don't know if it's because of how close some pitches have come to hitting people or how many times they've actually been hit, but not a lot of solid stances.
Nope. That one, he was backing away from it, and it was right down the middle for strike 1. 1-1 the count. 31 pitches now for Pollock in relief. And the next, up and away, 2-1. So Tucker Pollock. Interesting spelling on Tucker. There's a strike called, evens the count at 2-2. It is Tuckyr.
Oh.
Tucker. And in reaching for that one, fouling it out of play.
Don't put that name on birthdays and anniversaries. I will butcher it.
2-2 the count. To lead off batter for Bowling Green here in the sixth, Potter. And that
almost. I heard like a sound of a bat.
I think that was someone off the field.
Okay. It had a weird movement to it.
It was in the batting cage.
Yeah, because it looked almost like it could have been a foul ball with the movement.
And inside and a walk. Drawn by Gavin Potter. That'll bring in Lucas Jennings.
Bringing number 33, Lucas Jennings to the plate.
They almost forgot about the runner once he made it to first.
Yeah, he ran as fast as he could down the line and then took a turn to see what they would do.
The first baseman, Dutton, was like, hey, Pollock. Runner going, swing and a miss, throw down, and he is safe. Just got the foot in there.
Throw beat him. Just on the wrong side of the bag.
Mm-hmm. The 1-1 the count to Jennings. That's insurance out there as that one's fouled on the first base side. Going to die ahead of the Centralia dugout. 0-2. The count to Jennings with Camden Fisher on deck. Nobody out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Had a run, maybe two. And that ball gets away. Advancing to third is the Bowling Green runner.
And you can tell Pollock is getting a little tired out there. His delivery looks a little bit different. He's throwing more balls, but that's what you want. If you're a Bobcat right now, you're wanting to capitalize on that, and you're able to be a little bit more selective at the plate.
40 pitches in relief for Pollock right now. And a swing and a miss. And down on strikes is Jennings, and that'll bring in Fisher.
Coming to the plate, number 1, Camden Fisher.
It's a pretty important run.
Mm-hmm.
Out there at third base with one out.
We'll see what Bowling Green does. There's multiple ways that you could get it in, obviously. Been a little bit wild to maybe a pass ball, but I wouldn't put it past Fish to bunt.
He puts this one in the air, line to first, and a nice play by Dutton for the second out. He tried to punch it to the opposite field.
Yeah, it was on the inside part of his bat, and his hands are probably ringing a little bit. He shook him a little, but did all he could.
Apparently number 9 is Lucas Dick.
Well, the batter didn't disagree with the PA announcer, Craig Smith, so that one up and in on the first pitch to Lucas Dick, who's wearing number 9. We're all in agreement.
If it's not Lucas Dick, it is now.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Up and in again, 2-0. So now there's a runner at third with 2 outs. Pollock a little bit wild. A 3-run lead would be huge going into the 7th inning. That one on the outside corner. As Dick still ahead in the count, 2-1. Pitch number 45 coming from Tucker Pollock. Bunting with 2 outs, and
it hit off of his foot.
Yeah.
And that had to hit hard because it rolled pretty far.
Yeah.
I think it just kind of went straight down his shin and off the foot.
Well, probably a good thing because he didn't fool anybody with that bunt.
No. I think he surprised himself.
Yeah. So now 2-2. And Pollock's next pitch, fouled back, good cut. McGaw on deck. Runner at third. And the next from Pollock. Popped up and
back to us, falling just short. Maybe if I would have reached and
I think I had a better shot over
Yeah.
here, but the window was locked, so count remains 2-2. Runner at third, 2 outs. The next to Dick. Grounded to the shortstop. Coming in on it is Robinson. Throw over in time, and Bowling Green strands that runner at third base. Still a 4-2 lead for the Bobcats as we head to the 7th, Centralia's last chance after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Castile's Color Wheel, PJ's Salon, and Meyer Implement Company.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
See me, Tim Jenkins, at 3404 Georgia Street for a free insurance review.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
To the seventh inning, Bowling Green leading Centralia 4-2. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Panthers. McCoy, Presley, and Romine. Excuse me. McCoy, then Pollock, and Romine.
9-1-2 either way.
Gibson delivers a strike to start the top of the seventh.
He's been really good about that.
Mm-hmm. The 0-1 is ripped down the line and foul down into the corner, into the tarp, actually.
I think the wind had a little bit of help with that.
He was out in front of it a little bit, had a little hook. Gets his bat, and back in the box is Elliot McCoy, the catcher. Behind in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Gibson just getting a piece was McCoy. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Bobcats looking to seal their first win of the season. Another 0-2 outside and low. Ball and 2 strikes.
Not a bad idea from Gibson to change it up a little bit. A little bit 2 on top of that pitch.
4-2. Bowling Green up by 2. And a swing and a miss, and that's the first out. Via the strikeout as McCoy is retired by Gibson, and that'll bring us back to the top for Pollock. Tucker Pollock. His first at bat since taking over for Presley. And that one just a bit high for ball 1.
Gibson already has 2 strikeouts. He's been very efficient.
Looking for the 6-out save. This one popped up. Right fielder McGaw moving over. Has to go back a little bit, makes the catch, and that's the second out. So Bowling Green an out away, and it'll be up to Jack Romine, the left-handed hitting center fielder. He stretches it out before stepping into the left-hand box. Final hope. They've got a pinch hitter on deck if the game continues. Bunting was Romine. He bunts it foul.
He's made good contact today at the plate. It's been troublesome for the Bobcats.
Alex Newbro in the on-deck circle for the Panthers. Trailing by 2. 2 outs. Space is empty here in the top of the 7th inning. The 0-1 pitch is grounded to the second baseman. Dick up with it. Throw over to first, and Bowling Green wins this ball game 4-2. A comeback win for the Bobcats. Their first of the season. We'll be back with the postgame for you after this on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
Bobcats win this one 4-2 over Centralia. They're 1-1 on the season. Centralia falls to 0-2. 2 runs in the top of the first for Centralia. That's all they got. Bowling Green tied it in the bottom half, picked up a run to go ahead in the bottom of the third, added another in the bottom of the fifth to win this ball game 4-2. Camden Fisher the win. Zach Gibson the 6-out save. Fisher, it's probably pretty nerve-wracking going out and performing in front of your coworkers.
Yeah, I think it was us.
Yeah. But
I'll take that, Camden.
Fish he got rid of the nerves and really pitched a good ball game.
He did, and he was able to settle in after that first inning, and he looked at his hand a couple times. Maybe he had a really good conversation with it, told it, like, hey, figure it out. But no, he really did. You could tell there was a difference in the way that he was approaching hitters, and so he made those changes that he needed to and put together a really good performance for the Bobcats.
Sounds more like a left-handed thing to do, talk to your hand like that.
Figure it out, right?
Maybe he's a lefty at heart, but the righty pitched very well over his 5 innings of work. 2 innings in relief for Gibson. Totally different style. That's a good 1-2 punch. To go from the smooth Camden Fisher to the herky-jerky, here it is, Zach Gibson.
Yeah, and he was efficient. I mean, he was all around the strike zone. He was wanting someone to hit it. Let my defense work, but he was able to put up 2 strikeouts as well. And so he was, like you said, it was a really good 1-2 punch, and that's going to be something that works for Bowling Green this year.
Defense a lot better, still some rough edges, but I think it was a good bounce-back game for the Bobcat D.
Yeah, and, you think back to the third inning and that throw from the outfield, that really just kind of set Bowling Green aside. It was like, okay, well, we're done with the errors. So they seemed like a different ball club after that first inning, really, when they had that error initially. So.
Yeah, Gavin Potter, really strong arm from center field. Great tag applied. Just plopping it down on top of the runner was the tag by Rowan Milosevic, and I think that was a really big tide turner. Kept the game 2-2. Bowling Green comes and takes the lead right after that.
And especially when you give up a couple runs in that first inning, it's easy to count yourself out. But I think Bowling Green stayed with it the whole time, and they never counted themselves out, and they were able to fight till the end.
4-2, our final. Bowling Green over Centralia. We'll take a break and wrap things up here from Bowling Green High School after this on KJFM.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes, Sun Window Company, and Center Locker Service.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowie General Services.
4-2 the final. Bowling Green over Centralia. The Bobcats 1-1 on the season. Centralia 0-2. Bowling Green's next game will be scheduled for Thursday at Wallace Park against the Louisiana Bulldogs. So that should be a fun one. Always fun with when the dogs and cats get together.
Yes, and Louisiana has a great offense this year. They were pretty explosive against Silex the other day, and so they put up 6 runs, and Silex is a tough team, and so it'll be a tough match, I think, for Bowling Green and Louisiana, just as well as Bowling Green put on a good performance tonight.
Yeah, the bat's not quite there yet for Bowling Green, but they made the most of the opportunities that Centralia gave them and get the 4-2 come from behind win here this afternoon. That's our final 4-2 Bowling Green over Centralia. For Maddie, this is Mark saying we'll see you for more baseball soon here on Eagle 102.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102.
Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio. From KJFM Louisiana Bowling Green, this